Okay. Well, okay. Then, first of all, I will ask you that everyone mute the the sound. Just to avoid, I just let open Nestor. Okay, in order that you can enter and explain, and the other ones. Okay. First of all,
Let's go on mute.
let me check here. I will do. Don't Pierre, don't worry. Ok, c'est moi qui dois muter. Ok. Si après vous voulez una question, vous me demandez, je t'ouvre le microphone. Ok? Okay, well, perfect. Good night, everyone, and sorry because it's a little bit late for some of you and some of you. First of all, I introduce, I am Danny Bullo, the race director, okay? We have already connected Nestor that from LiveTrail, who will be one of the persons that you will have in the PCO in coordination center, okay, and will be in charge of all the timing and GPS tracking. I want to say that I am so happy to see a lot of internationals this year. 40% of the participants are international, which means that you will have in coordination center in Secor and PCO, you will have always anybody speaking French and English, okay? Always 24 hours, in order that if you have any question during the race or any issue, there will be somebody answering in Spanish, English, or French, okay? And I will list a little bit the points that we will check in order that we have a general view of all the race and all the issues concerning the race. And after I will open and just ask any question that you have, okay? Additionally, for all of you, let me check, okay? Before we finish, I will provide you, for you, the internationals, my WhatsApp and my direct email in order that you can contact me with any question that you have, because it will be a pleasure to answer the questions that you have. Some of you already raced this type of races before, and some of you are the first time, okay? It's important that you understand that this is an adventure racing more than a trail running race. It's not market. There is no any signal. There is no any arrow or something. Only you and your GPS will be who decide the directions. And finally, it's your responsibility to follow the GPS track and manage your timing and your speed in order to stay on time, okay, and pass. The first and most important thing that I want to say you is that you have and you received the link to the, okay, let me check back here, mute, okay, and mute. You received and you already received the participants guide. Here you have all the information that you need to know. My recommendation is that you read 2 times before, if you have any question, and after read 2 times, you contact directly to the mail of organization or to my WhatsApp, and I can answer, because maybe any one of the questions that you already sending, it's already answered here, okay? And have 90% of the information that you need to know, okay? In order to continue with the topics, okay? I want to introduce you 2 things. First thing is that you need to let me open. Let me 1 minute to open. I will open the. Here it is exactly. Perfectly. I am going to share you the screen with you in order that you understand. Well, first important point for you, it's this one. Are you see okay the screen? 2 apps and 2 important apps that you need to to have in your mobile phone before of the race. And my recommendation is that you start to download after when we finish this briefing. First, Sportity app. This name that you have up here, Sportity, okay, and you have the link, and you have with the information that you received, you have the code to enter. On this app, you will have all the information that you need. The track rate, the link directly to download the tracks, the link to the APP Live Trail. This briefing that we are doing now that you can listen again, we will upload to YouTube later, okay, and we'll put the link. You have the race program with all the information that we have around the Wednesday, Thursday, okay. You have the mandatory material and compulsory material, the runner's guide with all the information, and the location of all the places that your assistants on you are going. For example, feeding points or base camp or live base of Cornudella or the different places. Here you have the direct location by Google Maps, which means that for your assistants, if you have assistants, okay, you just clicking, the map will open and will search the place, okay, and you can mark with your telephone and going directly with the app. This is especially for the assistances, okay. This first Sportity app, you should download this because it's where we will update any change that there is. And I can understand in the beginning that for you it's quite complicated or busy to understand that I don't want a new app, but as soon as you have downloaded in your mobile phone, okay, you will see that it works very easy, and there you have all the information. And as soon as you are at home, before you arrive to the race, you download all, and you will have access to it all offline, okay, which means that you will have all the information that you need to know, including, for example, the contact to the PCO or the SECOC coordination center, which means that just clicking here, from your telephone on the app, you will contact with the coordination center. Now I am calling, sorry. I am calling to the PCO now and nobody will answer now. Okay, this is the first one, Sportity. Okay, you received the email with this information, but if you have any question after this presentation, let me know and I will share with you all the links or anything that you need additionally. Okay, second one, okay. This one, I go to open the runner's guide in order that you have, okay. Second one is here is the runner's guide, okay? The runner's guide is your manual and your handbook that will be ideal for you to have on the iPad or in the telephone and read 2 times, okay? Now we will check a little bit the main points and the most important points, okay? In order to follow a little bit the topics, okay? There are a few introductions, okay? There are the link to this briefing, okay? And we arrive to the second app that you need to have on the telephone, Live Trail app, okay? This Live Trail app that some of you already use it in other races, okay? It's one of the main improvements that we did to the race, okay? We have connected Nestor now here on the chat, that if any one of you have any question concerning the Live Trail, we can solve, okay? It's important because for the participants in the 200 miles, okay, you will have a GPS device, a small independent GPS device that will be your tracker. But for participants to 100 miles, 50 miles, and 25, okay, the app on your smartphone will be your GPS device, which means that it's compulsory that you have activated and you have the account created, okay? Then important points. First, download the, here is, here is perfectly, okay? First of all, you download the Live Trail. Second, you go to the right and you register if you are not registered. You create an account, it's free, no problem. You create an account. Use the same email that you use it for the registration to the race, because we already introduced it to LiveTrail all your data with the email that you get registered to Trailcat the race, in order that all the data that are on the app match perfectly with your registration, and you will find you and activate. Okay.
Okay.
And
Only
after
one thing, sorry, David.
Yeah, please.
It's important to enter the same email, the same name and surname, and also your correct birth date, because the system found all your information with these three things: name and surname, birth date, and email.
Okay. Exactly. Just be sure that you are doing this when you are registering to have this data exactly and will match. Okay. If you have any issue with this when you are downloading, contact by email and we will solve this with you next days, in order that we are on time to solve, especially now that we are 1 week to go for the event, then we have time. Okay. Then after, on the handbook or on the manual, you see that you follow the steps. You select your running space, then we'll ask you to authorize to activate the GPS, and then yes, here is exactly, and then you should authorize the app to use the location and the GPS features of the telephone in order that follow. Okay, because it's the way that in 100 miles, 50 miles, and 25 miles is the way that will follow, that will use you to track you and to have you and to rank you and validate that you are participating in all the checkpoints. This is one of the reasons, because when you check the material, we put as compulsory the power bank, because if you are 2 days on the mountain or 1 day and a half with the 50 miles or with the 100 miles, with the device switch on and the app connecting, it's using a lot of battery and demanding a lot of battery, which means that you will need maybe in the middle between any aid station and the other to switch on the power bank. It's important just in terms of safety that you get that you don't get empty of battery and you had problems to follow the track and to locate you from Secor. Okay. There are a new version, which means that if you are downloading from now, you will take the last version of the app normally, or if you already have the app downloaded, update to the last version, 18.3, that it's just not right. Néstor, està pujada just ara, no has dit?
Yes,
Sí.
yes. Now
okay. It's just available. Okay. Well, as we said before, on the email that you received and the info on the Sportity, you have the tracks. You have two different of tracks. You have the official track of your distance, 200, 150, or 25, and then you have another folder with variants. These alternatives only will be activated in case of weather forecast or for safety reasons. But in case that we need to activate this GPS, these alternative tracks for safety reasons or for weather forecast reasons, we will say you before the start or in any aid station or base camp, and the organization members that will be in the base camp will ensure that you activate the alternative version in order that you are following the correct one. But if there is no any indication from the organization, the official track is the official one that you have on the first link, without any changes. Only if there are any changes, we'll say you. But it's important that you have on the GPS device, if it's watch, if it's a hand device and telephone, that you have all ones already downloaded to activate if it's needed in case of weather conditions or safety reasons. This is important. Okay, well, I am going now to talk a little bit about base camps. Here is space. Exactly. Okay. in the handbook, you have the locations for if you have assistants or you have people following you. You have the exactly locations of the aid stations and the base camps. Okay. You will see if you are in 200 that you have the number 1 in Margalef, the second in Cornudella, third in Capçanes. Okay. In case that you are doing 200 or 100 distance, okay, here in English you have an important information for you that it's explaining you that to go to Puigcerver, okay, you need to pass first for, this is for assistants, not for runners. Runners, you will have the track that go, but for assistants, it's important that follow the 2 points that you have in the Sportity app. First, going to call d'Alforja, and after from there you go to Puigcerver, because there are 3 different ways to go there, but only one it's the ideal one. On the other ones there are barriers, which means that the road it's closed and the track is closed, and your assistants cannot arrive by this way. There is only one way. It's a little bit longer, but it's the only way. It's easy to arrive, not complicated. It's a little bit longer, but it's good for any type of car and without any problem. Okay, this information, it's important that you have clear that only for Puigcerver. For the other ones, the Google Map application or the application navigation application that you use will drive you to the place. Okay, and additionally for the assistants companions, okay, you have the telephone of the shelter or the base camp. Okay, because the 3 base camps for the 200 and the 2 ones for 100 are open to public, which means that your assistants can call and book to food and beverage there. Okay, but we recommend you that call first just to check that they have a space or not. Okay, they are all the time that the race is passing by this base camp open, but if you want to book any special meal or something for assistants, we recommend you to call. For you runners, don't worry, you have already there when you arrive, you are inside of the race. Okay, and let me check. Here is. And in terms to understand the different types of aid station or base camp, okay, we have what we denominate avituallamientos, that it's a regular aid station as other traditional ultra trails, where you will find water, cola, isotonic, fruits, dry fruits, cookies, and sandwich. Okay, this is the base aid stations that you will find, and then you have the base camps. The base camps or base de vida, it's quite complete. You have all the food that I said before, plus solid food, plus cooking, pizza, soup. In which one the menu can change, but you will have options for all of you. Even vegans, you will have options on the base camps and on the aid stations. Okay, just check and ask to the organization staff that are there about, or just advising them that, hey, I am vegan, what I can eat or not, and they will explain. Okay, and the menus will be quite similar. Will not be exactly, because we are talking about shelters or restaurants, which means that you will have a lot of options, and next one have a lot of options, quite different, but the main dishes and the main content of the aid stations will be the same. Okay, well, in order to continue, okay, yes, exactly. Sorry, I put the Spanish one. It's my fault. Here you have in English on the handbook. You have in English. Okay, I wanna dedicate some time to the mandatory material. Okay, next point. The mandatory material changed a little bit of the ones that was on the website 6-7 months ago. Then, in case that you register 6 months ago or months, check this one. This will be the official and the compulsory material to use. We are talking about glass, we are talking about the power bank or the external battery, just to switch your telephone. the live trail applications in case of 150 and 25, it's completely compulsory because it's the only way to track you by GPS. And in 200, it's recommended because in terms or in case that fail your GPS device, the additional GPS device that you have, we will have a double chance to track you, which means that we will try to activate both things. Water tank, safety, food reserve, whistle, okay. Thermal blanket only for the short one because you have the Vivac cover on the other distances, okay. The Vivac cover, it's instead of the thermal blanket for the shorter one. Of course, hiking shoes, headlamps, and batteries, and all the wires or supplies that you consider that you need to use, especially for the ones that you are doing the 200, which means that you will have 2 or 3 nights on the mountain. A first aid kit with the main things that you need to consider, bigger or smaller in questions, that what do you will need in terms of pills or in terms of first aid kit materials. GPS device. You can have a watch plus the telephone. You can have a handheld GPS device plus the telephone. My recommendation in this case, you need to have almost one, but my recommendation is that you double this. You have the watch and you have the telephone that it's compulsory and any navigation application, or you have the handheld plus the watch, okay? Because in case that you have any problem, you can follow the track. Last year, Peter Ingaloff, the winner of the first year, run out of battery on the watch and on the telephone and was forced to withdraw because he couldn't follow the track and was forced to withdraw because forgot to have this additional device. Then it's a recommendation, okay? But almost one GPS device with the tracks, the original tracks and the official tracks, plus these alternatives in case of safety or weather conditions. A good waterproof jacket, we are talking about a 10,000 rain column, okay? Because the race is long, the event is long, and the weather will be cold and absolutely not 100%. We cannot say 100%, but every year rain, we have sun, we have wind because we are moving a lot on the mountain to different places, and we are 4 days moving, which means that anytime will be windy, anytime will be cold, anytime will be sunny, and anytime will be rainy. Then expect all. Long thermal clothing, long for pants and long for jacket, hat or boot or tubular or something similar, okay, and gloves and soft ones. A knife just for except 25 that it's quite shorter for the others. We put knife or pocket knife and a small one just in case that you need. A photocopy of the ID or passport and 20 euros in cash. Why we put 20 euros in cash? Because for the ones that you are doing the longest distance, you will pass villages, bars, restaurants, and we are talking about the small villages, and maybe any one of them don't accept credit cards, which means that you will be there and you want to take a sandwich, but you don't have money. Then my recommendation, take 20, almost 20, 50, or whatever you want, but you have the chance to enter to the restaurant and take food and beverage. Well, okay. I will pass just information of interest. Okay. Safety and withdrawals or abandonments, okay? For all the distances, it's important that you understand that on the Sportity app or record it in your telephone with this format in order that you find easy. Here, up here, let me go up. No, here. Okay. My recommendation is that from now, put this telephone that you have on the email and on the handbook with an AAAA Trailcat FECOC coordination center. Why? Because if you put a different name, you will need to find in your context if you have any issue during the race. If you put AAAA, will be the first in the context list. okay? For any issue that you have during the race, or anyone, first step is to contact to Secoc PCO, okay? As I said you, in the PCO on Secoc, you will have English, French, and Spanish spoken 24 hours, which means that if the one that answered you, it's Spanish, just let 10 seconds in order that connect the other crew member and understand you, okay? In order that you can explain a little bit the issue. Then the first step is to call, okay? You call to the, let me go, we go a little bit down to the protocol. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Okay. We are talking about any issue or anything that happens during the track if you have network available. First, you call to Secoc PCO, okay? After they call with you, they will ask you to send them your location by WhatsApp in order that they can locate you. We already have you, okay? But just in case if we have any doubt, just to double check. Normally, if the GPS device is working okay, this will be not needed because we will have you on the screen, okay? And point 3, you follow the indications of Secoc PCO all times. For example, you are stopped between 2 villages and you want to withdraw, okay? The Secoc will say you, okay, continue 1 kilometer and stop to the village, name it La Febro, and stop in the entrance. And in around 20 minutes, anyone from the organization will come to pick up you, okay? Follow these indications. Don't advance less or more. If the Secoc PCO said you that go to this point, and when you are there, stay there, they will say you how many time you should wait and will pick up you, okay? In case that there is no network, the network is available around 95% of the track in all the distances, but it can be that there is not a very good coverage to talk by WhatsApp and only low network coverage, okay? Then if it's any medical issue or any problem, okay, you have the 112, okay? And then 112, it's the one that will connect to us saying that, okay, we received a call from a participant that are in this point, on this point. But the 112, it's only in case that you don't have the network. If not, the telephone is, exactly. The telephone of the Secoc PCO, it's your first contact, okay? It's important. Please, this telephone is for you as participant. Don't give to your partners, to your family, or to your assistants. We don't answer any call not concerning races to ask anything because it's an emergency line. It's important that it's used only in case of emergency or this. Then don't give this telephone to family to ask about you or if you are okay. No. Okay? We use this one to manage your issues. Okay? Normally, it's important to understand that to withdraw or to leave the race, do it in a village or in an aid station. First, in aid station or base camp. If not, if it's between one of them, advance to a village or to any road or place that we can come easily to rescue you. If you are in the middle of the mountain, of course, that can be a medical issue, and then we will activate the medical issues protocol. But if you are okay to walk until the next road or village that you have in order that will be easier for us to come and pick up you, especially if it's cold, if it's raining. This is important that only in case of any medical issue, we will activate the medical protocol of rescue on the field, okay? We are talking about issues with medical issues, okay? Or if you want to withdraw because you feel tired, follow this protocol, arriving to the road, arriving to the village, okay? To get lost, it's not an emergency. This is part of the game, which means that you cannot call the Secoc PCO like, okay, I am more than 30 minutes, get lost. This is your responsibility to go back to the track and continue, because part of the game and part of the rules are to get yes. I see on the meeting chat some questions that I will answer after. Okay, I will answer after. I just finish the 2 or 3 points that we have, and after I will open the the microphones to get answer. Just in terms to understand well for the ones that you don't know the places. Okay, Prades Mountains are between, you will be moving between 400, 500 to 1000, 1200. Okay, it's a very cold region, which means that you will be between 0 and 9, 10 degrees during all the day. If here we add windy or rain, means that the weather conditions and the climate will be cold. Then means that please don't underestimate the terrain and the place, because it's only 1000. It's winter, and Prades have a severous winter, which means that will be cold. Then don't forget your gloves, don't forget your cap, don't forget your jacket, and have additional equipment. Okay, for the ones that you already did this one, or the ones that you are in, for example, some of you participated in Transgran Canaria 360. The weather, it's not exactly the same. Okay, here it's colder. Okay, I know that 360 it's over 2000, but the climate as soon as you move, it's quite good, and when the sun rises, it's okay. Prades, it's very cold, which means that don't take your time to select which pieces of equipment that you're taking, put in the bag, in the assistance bag that we are moving to any base camp, additional clothes, additional shoes, additional gloves, socks, in order that you feel comfortable and you can change in any in any base camp to continue, because we are talking for the ones that you are doing 200 miles and 100 miles, we're talking about 3-4 days on the mountain. Then you will need to pass 3 nights on the overnights walking and running, and will be cold for sure. Okay, maybe the day will be warmer and will be more comfortable, but every year will have very cold nights. Okay, and in terms of weather, we have between 30 and 40 percent options of rain, which means that it's possible that rains looks like that, especially the first night for 200 miles can be rainy. We will see next days, but we will see, and we will have more information about. Okay, we will send during around Tuesday, we will put on the Sportity app a last briefing notes with the last updates, and 30 minutes before of the start, you will have a short briefing with me with the last indications. But for you internationals, as soon as you arrive to Prades the day before of the race, 200 or 100, go to me and ask me all the questions that you have. Okay, I will be happy and in this position to answer all the questions that you have, because it's normal that maybe the manual, the translation of the manual is not perfect, which means that you can have questions, and don't be scared to ask, and that's for us will be a pleasure to answer all the questions that you have. Okay, well, let me check here questions that you have. Okay, Greg are asking, thank you for the briefing. On the regular, okay, Greg are asking about the regular aid stations and the base camps. The difference between an aid station is like a table and a small shelter and this food. You will not have beds on the aid stations. You will have beds only on the base camps, the base views. In case of 200, it's Cornudella, Puigcerver, and Mont-ral. In 100, it's Cornudella and Puigcerver. Okay, and there you have beds to sleep only on the big base camps. 3 for 200, 2 for 100. And there is no sleeping base camp on the 50 miles. There are the option, if anyone, but the timing are not allowing you to sleep a lot, which means that is not usual, but will be. And let me check if there are any other question. Okay, Andreas. Okay, is any water refill possible between the station? Yes. Okay, on the villages, there are fountains, there are sources that normally are working. Years before, we had more problems because was the climate and the weather was very dry. But now, in all the villages that you are crossing, you will find water. If you enter to the village and maybe it's not on the track, just stop anyone and ask anyone of the population and ask for them what is the fountain, what is the source, and they will answer you. In all the small villages that you pass, you will find water between the 8 stations. There is only few parts where there is no water, okay, and we will check. And on the 30 minutes before the start briefing, we will say you that pay attention on these kilometers or pay attention on these kilometers because during 10 kilometers there is no water. Health. No, there is no health. Sorry. Wait, I need to ask to you is you are connected? No. Well,
Yeah, I'm connected.
there are no healths. No? No hi ha healths.
No, isotònics.
No, okay. Ed, there is no health on the 8 stations and in the base. There is only isotonic drink. What else? Okay. Yes.
Explica
All
als Ivan, als
sí?
avituallaments no es pot fer assistència de materials, només de líquids i sòlids.
Ah, okay.
Allò que
Yeah.
del dormir als avituallaments ja ho has dit,
Sí.
però
Yeah.
que no...
Okay. I answer the question and after I will say you. Yes, all the life bases have sleeping areas. In 200 miles in Monreal, there is even beds that it's not on the list, but on the 3 base camps there are beds too. Okay, there is no beds here, also blankets. Yes, there are blankets. Okay, in order to sleep in the base camps. And important thing that you just say me on the 8 stations. If you have assistants, they can assist you with food and beverage only. They cannot give you additional material, and you cannot sleep on the van, or you can sleep on the street. This is the same rules for everyone on the 8 stations. Okay, this is just to get equal conditions for everyone, which means that the assistants can come to the 8 station, can provide you food and beverage, but you cannot give to the assistants equipment. You cannot replace equipment. You cannot give them. Okay, we will control this. Okay, and on the base camps, yes, they can provide you equipment and all and whatever. Okay, yeah, Musara.
Sí.
Yeah, Musara. Okay, it's a intermediate point that we put additional just in case that you are walking during the night this part, because during the day there are villages and you can find restaurants and bars, but if it's the night there is nothing in a long distance, and we will put like a self-service picnic, which means that you will find the box. Okay, and inside the box you will find a bag with your number, and there are some food, and you will have water in big bottles to refill. It's just in case that you pass during the night or this, and will be available for everyone participant. Helmut, crewmates in the 8 stations can give you health because it's food and beverage. Yes, correct. Okay. Yeah. This is well. Okay. Questions. I will put here my WhatsApp. I only give you to the internationals. If you have questions, you can address to me by French or by English. Okay, and I am putting now my WhatsApp. Okay, don't share with your family. It's just for you and for questions about the race. During this last week, I will be blessed to this one, plus 376. It's an Android number, 323-925. Put and save your number, and if not, to the email of the event, you can ask. You can write in English or in French, and I will answer you from there, no problem. And let me check. Yes, Hola Trail. Before there are, so that every dot at the track is water and refuel. No, Martin, the dots are waypoints. You will only have water or refueling in the 8 stations, avituallaments, or base camps. Okay, if you are racing 200, you have first point. It's 8 station, then base camp, then 8 station. Okay, only these ones. The other dot points that you see are checkpoints compulsory to pass, but will not be water and this. It's important that you have clear.
Dani, is not assistant point.
Exactly. And the dots are not assistance points, are just checkpoints, okay? The assistants the ones that you have assistants only can go to the 8 stations and base camps following these rules. And down here, in Musara, okay, perfect, Martin. In Musara, I don't know exactly what will be. Will be like a picnic, like a basic picnic, just in case, okay? We didn't decide yet what it's exactly, but you will have...
Si vols t'ho dic i els expliques. Hi haurà una peça de plàtan, una peça de taronja, tindran 2 sàndwichs, fruits secs i aigua i Coca-Cola. Els hi ficarem en una bossa, les begudes seran comunitàries perquè es vagin omplint i l'altre estarà en una bossa amb el seu dorsal.
Exactly. In Musara, you will find a bag with a piece of fruit, orange, banana, one sandwich, dry fruits, and then you will have water and Coca-Cola to refill this, but you will have this, okay? Pacer zone between and it's restricted to certain segments. Helmut, there is no pacers allowed. No any place. Only 500 meters before the station and 500 meters after the station or base camp. Only these 500 meters between and after. On the other part of the track are not allowed to have pacers. And wait, Andreas, okay, is it correct that there is bed in each live base camp? No need to pack a sleeping bag and mattress to sleep. Exactly, Andreas. You will have blankets and mat in every base camp. Is water? Yes, Ture. Yes, it's maybe even in some of them put that it's not, but it's okay, no problem. It's drinkable water and the mountain. The mountain have a good rivers, which means that it's drinkable without problems. Indicated on the maps that you have or in your GPS. The ones that are indicated are 99% of times drinkable. Okay, I don't know if I forgot any question. Else. Okay, well, remember, note this that I put here in the meeting chat. My WhatsApp directly to me, to Danny, and the email. Questions that you have, I will be pleased to answer you with time. It's normal that you have questions, especially because the handbook have all the information that can miss anything, or it's your first time in this type of event. This is an adventure, which means that you are managing your materials. You have the compulsory ones, but the extra ones that you want, you need to manage well your food between 8 stations and base camps. You can use the resources that you have on the way. If you pass a village and there are a restaurant, you can use. If you pass a village and there are a hotel, you can use. Think on the timing that you don't miss any cut time, but all the resources that are available for everyone, you can use without any problem. And remember that to check the times on the documents that we send and the link that you send you by mail, and here on the down here, you have the timings and for the average and for the faster ones, okay? Which means that you have an indication and you have an idea about the distance, vertical drop and vertical down. It's important that you understand that the GPSs are not exactly, which means that not everyone will arrive. If here we have that at 30.3, you arrive to Ulldemolins. Maybe you will arrive at 31, or maybe you arrive. Normally, it's a little bit longer because we have the ideal GPS line and you are doing loops or you are not walking straight, which means that this is a reference and you need to know that next kilometer you will find the 80 station, okay? Or if you pass 2 kilometers, you know that it's before, but it's just a reference. You will not do exactly 163 or 200 miles, okay? You will have different distances and this. There is no any marking, there is no any signal, there is nothing. If you find any signal or any plastic mark, it's of other race, not for us. We didn't mark anything. You decide your track. New message, okay. Which...
I Dan, recorda'ls que tots els tracks passen per camins, que si es fiquen camp a través o per algun lloc que no és camí, no van bé.
Yeah, exactly. And remember that all the track, it's going always by path or market track or different ones. You never go cross country, never. It's always following market tracks or traditional. It's wider or thinner, but you are always on any track, on the cartography. Okay, let me check. Which such of map will be part of the... No, we didn't give you the map. We give you the track. This is up to you if you are using GPS or handheld or on the telephone. Okay. If you want to have a map, write me on the email and I will answer you if you like, because some of you like to go with the map, and I will answer you with the map that you can. If you arrive the day before, you can buy in Prades the map, but on the map it's not marked the track, which means that you should mark this. Okay. Difficult in the start of the race. 200, Elad, I understand. Yes, in 200, the first part, and especially because you are starting on the night at 12 on the night, we are expecting slower pace. Okay. And maybe it's the more technical part, the beginning. The first 80 kilometers are maybe the most technicals. After you have 200 miles, you have between Cornudella base camp and Puigcerver base camp, you have a part technical again. But the first one, we can consider that it's the more difficult in terms of navigation because it's on the night and in terms of technical terrain. Elad, this is what you're asking me. If not, let me know. Okay. Okay, perfect. Well, to do not extend more, okay, you have the email and the WhatsApp. Just ask me, and as soon as we can, we will answer you the questions, and we'll be happy to meet you on the start line from Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and Saturday. And so exciting! I feel so excited to receive you because you are a lot of internationals and will be an international race. That it's something that it's really, really satisfying for us. Wait, one question. 200 miles, it's 48. I don't know exactly. Lluís, 200 milles? Són 48? O Néstor?
Digue'm.
200 milles?
Digue'm.
Quants inscrits hi ha?
56.
56, Andreas, 56 in 200 miles. Okay. Well, then last chance, no questions. Thanks, everyone, and welcome to receive your questions by email, by WhatsApp. See you in just a few days there in Prades for the start. Thank you. Bye. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Thanks.